Jumping in the bed, then I switch to the ghost like, who's you? Remember this face, cause I'm that you gon' lose too. Dripping in ice, you looking at you. It's squad goals win. Are you pretty like no, no?
I never anybody, but I got something to do with that. I got this.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Gun!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to lead to a third down. He'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Second down, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Reuben Foster not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. 3rd and long for Mayfield. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Akello Witherspoon, really good coverage from the Colorado man, getting a hand in on it. The Browns send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And the catch made by Hopkins. That one goes for 24 yards.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it down to the 32. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the 1st down completion. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger game.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch him now, Barney.
He'll drop to throw. It's complete. He finds Falk here. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They'll run for the first time to Sony Michel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
Well, they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
Yeah, nobody leaked. Big play. Keeping it on the ground on first, Michel. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Reuben Foster in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And now they're looking for 19 yards here on third down following 2 negative plays.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Detroit, Detroit. Over.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. This will be fielded at the 17. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Meanwhile, taking a look at what's going on in KC. The Chargers out to an early lead over the Chiefs. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A first carry now for Alex Collins. Not much there, maybe a couple up to the 35.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Watch him now, Barney. Watch him now, Barney. No. Check. Patriot.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They're up against a 3rd and 2 to start things out.
Switch it.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Gun! Watch him now, Barney! Detroit!
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
They begin with Michel on the ground. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. 4-6 defense, they were daring him to run the football. They ran it. A little football 101. Take us through what the 4-6 defense is, Charles.
So what you're trying to do with your big defensive front is cover the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the two guards, and make it difficult if you even want to think about running the ball inside. If you can control them, that allows the linebackers and the safeties to run free and get to the ball carriers. And that play, it worked really well. No gain.
Mayfield now on second down to Michel on the dump off. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It's a 4-yard pickup. And just like that, it's third down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Alexander. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now Mayfield. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Gone!
Third and short yardage, Mayfield. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Gone! Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
The Ravens on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Set. 3-19. Over.
The They're going to look to throw. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
On second down, here's Smith. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Here's a 1st and 10 now after they successfully drew him off sides.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a second down.
Gone! 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 All right, here we go. 3-19! 3-19!
Back to throw. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose a down on the grounding call. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Hey, 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 hey. 4 down, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, check 24, check 24.
They'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. We're back to Baltimore after this. Give him 11 yards that time on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
He completes it to Julio Jones. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, they had the box stacked. That run was going nowhere from the start.
And when you say stacked, you really mean it, don't you? Because when you're talking about a 46 defense, commonly known as the Bear defense, you're covering up the guys inside, and you're allowing other people to get in there close to the line of scrimmage, usually an 8-man front. That's difficult to block for an offense. On that play, the defense won in a big way. No gain at all.
He'll check this one down to Michel. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down. Elsewhere, 2nd quarter in D.C. And it's the Cowboys that have moved out to an early advantage. I have a feeling that one's going to stay tight throughout. We'll continue to monitor. The Browns on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This time they face a 3rd and 2. From the gun, Mayfield. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Zerline's kick is good. So if you like field goals, this is your game. 6-3, 3 field goals at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Second and 6, just inside the 30.
Set! Blue 90! Blue 90! Detroit! Detroit!
Mayfield looks to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Open receiver, that's David Njoku. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that, because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Throwing, Mayfield. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Steps away to his left, and that is incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Gone! All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90! Hut! Watch him now, Barney! Hut!
Back to throw here. Being chased out left. And that'll be incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Ravens on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12.
Hey, we got three. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This quarterback now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Thornton. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue 90! Blue 90! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Arnold. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Collins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Only a gain of a yard there, but it indeed gets him a new set of downs.
Detroit! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll take this one inside the 10, down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Detroit! Detroit!
They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. Drops it underneath for Collins. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it first and goal. Might we see our first touchdown of the game? Here's first and goal. Try to punch it in with Smith. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to punch it in with Collins. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal.
Lucky 56.
On third and goal, Collins. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Alex Collins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens are in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights, and that will make this a 4-point game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
First down, Mayfield. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the 4th. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Mayfield on 3rd down from his end zone. And they're going to sack him yet again. The pass rush has been relentless. This time it yields a safety. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Ito Smith, and he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Room to run past midfield. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. A great read, and it's picked off.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you got a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Detroit! 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 Detroit!
Now a second down throw for Mayfield. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. That's good for a Cleveland first down, an 11-yard pickup. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Gone! 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 Gone!
A first down throw for Mayfield. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, a 22.
Gone! Gone! Gone!
Mayfield on first down. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
To throw, Mayfield to Michel on the dump-off. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Gone! 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 Gone!
Here's Mayfield. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Detroit! Detroit! Gone! 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 Gone!
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. He's got the first down inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They get it to him running left. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Now Mayfield. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39. Gone, 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 gone.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And that is incomplete. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. And the Ravens taking the field. The drive starts with a run by Collins. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They go again with Collins. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Watch you now, Barney. Barney. Here we go now. 3-19.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went for it. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the pressure gets to him again.
I remember throughout my career here, defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. 3rd and long for Mayfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Elsewhere, they're into the 4th at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis. The Broncos, they're continuing to pour it on. A win would be their 2nd on the young season. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
And the clock will roll down to zeros. 4 weeks in, 4-0. I don't think anybody needs to alert the 72 Dolphins just yet, but great start to the season.
Great start. How about them taking a knee at the end? And there's no better feeling for a team than to do that, to close out a victory. But you're right, at 4-0, they're sending a message to the rest of the league. They're going to be tough to deal with.
Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So for Baltimore, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they'll have another home date next week as the Indianapolis Colts come to town. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, the defeat is their first of the year as they drop to 3-1. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.